let's come to our trading part. Okay, this is some basic stuff. You can read more about it if you have Economic Times, any business newspaper, you will keep finding first 2-3 pages coming with prospectus. Okay, so there is a full way of how to get IPO listed, and for that you can simply Google it out. It's like a one pager, you can read it, and we will not go into too much deep in it, and we will now focus on the trading part. Okay, how IPO is done and all those things you can you will find easily on Google. Okay, these are basic stuff I have told you, but like what's red herring, prospectus, prospectus, draft prospectus, the process of filing, there are a lot of terms up there, so you can read it from there. Let's move on to trading IPOs now. So IPOs by nature are volatile because they are now in a price discovery mode. Okay, they have, for the first time, they are listed upon, for the first time they have listed upon NSE, BSE, where a lot of people are now trading. Okay, it's in a price discovery mode, and that makes it volatile, at least in the initial sessions after listing. So let's say for example, it get listed at maybe 30% premium, 20%, or at a discount, or whatever it is. Usually after that, the first 15 days, first 15-16 days, these are very volatile days. Okay, the stock is simply exploring itself. It's simply exploring itself, that what's there. The market forces are trying to determine what's there for this stock, and that makes this very volatile in nature. Typically after listing, you will find 3-4 type of price action. Okay, one is that it simply blasts. This is listing day, second day, third day, fourth day. Okay, simply blasted. Some stocks you will find they move up 1 day, 2 day, then they take a pause of 2, 3, 4 days, and then they give some move. Okay, this is just after listing for the first 12-15 sessions I am telling you, and after that we'll discuss what can happen next. Okay, third case can be stock which has given some blast. It goes sideways for a few days, 3-4, it tries to move up again, and then it fails. Okay, and then this fails. This is first case, second case, third case, that it tries moving up after a pause, but it fails. Fourth is it simply gets listed and it starts falling. It simply starts falling. Okay, these are 4 type of price action: a simple direct kind of blast, a pause and move, a kind of a pause trying to move and fall back, or it simply falls down. Okay, and this makes this thing a bit volatile overall. Okay, and it's difficult to trade them in the initial 15 sessions. And let's see some examples. I have a lot of examples to cover, so let's further go through examples and understand it more. So let's see recent examples and some last 1 year examples also. So this Shanti Gold, it gets listed up here in August 2025, just 2-3 months back, and this has been a stock which looked good initially. So this is the listing day, first day of listing, and you can see this green line up here. Okay, so this is in our indicator itself. It highlights the 16 sessions when it is done. 16th session when it is done. So before this area, it's a very high volatile area. Okay, and you can see this from this example. A lot of wicks present up there. Here on listing, then here, and typically 50-60% stocks just immediate after listing, for the first 15 sessions, they will be like this only, and they will have high level of wicks. Okay, they try to move up and going down, because sometimes when the stock is getting listed, it gets listed at a very good premium. You have very good demand. The subscription, retail subscription, very good. QIB, very good. And that's why it has some initial momentum left even after the initial listing. But then it tries, market forces comes in and they slaps up the stock. And then it goes into another base formation. Okay. Jan Rico, this is also a recent one. It's October, and you see up here again lot of wicks. EPAC free. This is comparatively fine after the result simply moved up. Now this is initial one, kind of stock which tried to move hard, but it did not progress. After listing, simply 4-5 days up, 6 days up, and then fully reverses. Very, very common in IPOs. Okay. NSDL, this is one of very sought after IPO for trading, but it moved simply up for 3 days. First category, it simply moved up for 3-4 days and then simply fall. Very, very high volatility. What I'm trying to tell you is just look at the volatility first in the initial sessions, and let's see different examples to understand the kind of volatility which you can see. Volatility can be either side. Like look at this simply moved next day after listing. This is listing day after 20%, 15%, and then simply fell down. Tried to form a base up here and failed. This was a kind of IPO. It gets listed and had an initial profit booking. Tried to move up again. Look up the VIX which is coming up here. Here. 50-60% of the cases in initial days you will find high level of VIX, because many, or I will say 70-80% of the stocks usually, if market is supportive, they get listed at a premium. Okay, because there is demand for, like, people keep on applying it. Okay, and there is a lot of buzz around IPOs. For that also people have a FOMO regarding it. They don't want to miss, so people keep on applying on every IPO. They don't look too much on the business, etc., just the grey market premium, and they do what everyone else do, which is not wrong, which is fine to do. Okay, but then after listing, as price discovery starts, you will find a lot of wicks in more than half of the cases. Okay, this one gets listed here, lot of volatility. JSW Cement. Still, this was comparatively better. Now, this is kind of one which gets listed and it simply starts moving sideways. It neither had this kind of run, it neither had this run, pause and run. It neither had this run, pause, try to run and then fail. And it neither corrected directly, but it took a sideways way and then formed fully. Okay, it then started falling up here. CP Plus, this is again listed in August. And look up here again, very high level of reversals, high wick here. Solar World. This gets listed and starts falling, a bit sideways movement and then keeps on correcting. JK Energy, look up here, high wick, high reversal, and such initial kind of move makes it difficult for trading. Okay, it makes them difficult to actually trade them in the initial days, because these are just too quick. This was fine action after the listing. You don't have too high wicks up here. Fabtech, this is again listed in October. We're taking last 2-3 months example and seeing what's going on there. A slight wick up here, then here, kind of circuit 5% here. 1-2 days, it moved and then started forming another base. Now this base, what will you call this base? The first consolidation after the listing. In fact, in this was also there. These are IPO bases, okay. These are called as IPO base. Typically the first one or the second base after listing. First, pause, or second after listing, or another way to look is the within 6 months, okay. Within 6-7 months of listing. The first pause of within 6-7 months, that is usually called as an IPO base. Okay, and typically we try to trade this only and not before first 15 sessions, because the simple reason is it's very hard. It's just too much of try. As you can see that these wicks, it makes difficult to trade, like this LG Electronics. Look at this. In this case, there was no trading. It starts correcting, but you can see the kind of volatility. Okay, first here again, even after this, it keeps on having such kind of candles, and these are not good candles. Look at Misho, just got listed, high volatility up here. Ganesh Consumer Products, this is October listed, okay, just 1 month, 2 months back. Here, high reversals just after listing. High value, look up this initial 15-16 days, high wicks, high level of wicks. Vikran Engineering, this is also recent one. This one moved fine. This was a kind of second one. Gets listed 1-2 day pause and then starts moving. But look at the move. This was again high volatile. Here. Eventually it fall down. Okay. Q Power. This is one of the IPO which worked very good. Okay. And see, after the listing, it starts falling. And this is where it forms its first base. This is called as IPO base. This is the first time it's consolidating after its IPO. Okay, this is called as IPO base. How to trade them now? How to trade IPO base? It's same way like we trade any other stock. Okay, nothing new to do it. This is a good breakout up here. You have momentum coming up here. So this is your buy. Okay, if result was coming here, then after result again could have tried if no profits. Okay, but here it was profit was there, so this is your buy then here. So same way of buying, same, nothing new that we have to do up here. Okay, so we'll not discuss like how to enter and exit. Enter and exit is same like any other stock. A breakout, follow through, momentum bar, same way of stop loss, same you will find up here. There's one thing that may not be there here sometimes is this character and growth. Okay, character it may show manually, because if you are in initial phase, then it may show manually. So manually is like you can give it a chance because it's just listed. There is no candles upon there so that it can calculate it. So it's an open area. So you can like try for all the IPOs because you don't know it yet, right? Similarly for growth, you can check upon. If there is volume, it will come. Like in this case, it eventually was showing you volume up there. Growth rates usually in IPO, you will not find up here in the indicator because it does not have data. So I also financial table and it will be blank. So it will not pick up and it will show you manual. So for that, simply you can go to MarketSmith and do that thing manually. Or if there is a high volume up here, good volumes, it will show you high volume. Okay. So growth percentage you will have to check manually. But if volume is there anyways, we need either of them, either a good volume or growth rate. So this is one of the IPO which worked very good in the last 4-5 months. Okay, it gave a very clean kind of move, 70, 80, 90%. And IPOs can give good kind of moves like this. One of the IPO IREDA. This is a bit back. Now look up this. This is kind of initial move, then pause, and then resumption in the initial 15 sessions. Okay, but such kind of moves are very less. These kind, and you can look up what's different in this versus others. The level of wick, the level of reversals, it's very less up here. In this candle, you can find some wick up here, but the close is still balanced somewhere in between. In a lot of cases, we had back to back 2, 3. We have kind of a full doji kind of candle. But here you have comparatively better price action at the listing. So I think that was one of the reasons why this one worked and other 20 did not work. But still, you will have very less such kind of initial moves in the first 15 sessions. So out of 20, you will see one may work like this. So the better opportunities are at the first pause, at the first base. How to see up this base? Again, it's the same thing. Upright base, up down base. You don't have to do anything different up here from your buying perspective. Just that in initial days it can be volatile. So I usually most of the time I skip up before this. Okay, because let the high FOMO people come in and do their thing. Okay. It's a lot of trying in different names. So you will try 20 names, 2, 3 will give you some money up there, and let's 17, 18 they'll go here and there. They might go and break even, they might simply go down. Okay. See this blue stone. Again, after listing, same kind of price action. 60-70% stock do like this only. Okay. The one that does not may give you some good move like it's there in IRDA. The one that does not do, still one can think of it to try even before the first 15 sessions is done. But we'll find very less such kind of stock. So it's up to you. Like you want to, if you can devote the time up here, because this is a manual process, then you will have to keep track every IPO for catching up the first 10-15 days move, but the moves are very less. So if you have time, then only I will suggest that do of this. Otherwise, these our scanners catch after 15 sessions. Okay. Urban company, look up this. It tried to move up one day. Again, see, look how this was there. First day, this is third day. Now, trying up here is like too quick. Okay. And it's just too much of trying. Lot of IPO keeps on coming. 2 works from 20. It's a tons and tons of trying that you keep on doing. This is Prosterum Infosystem. This is another IPO base which worked very good. Look at it again. Do you see wicks up here? Hardly this one. That too at very near to the 16 session. Can you see a wick up here? No, right? So such kind of stocks give better moves. Okay. But these are less in number. So you have to just be focused and not trade every IPO, especially in the initial days. I would rather buy it here after these 15-16 sessions are done. Okay. This would be a good follow through buy. You have this breakout up here. You follow through and this would have been your trade. 50-55% move. Same in Q Power, 70-80% move. IRDA, you will go with second after 15 sessions. IPO base. So IPO base, if they work, they go real quick. Okay, and they give big moves, 50, 60, 70% when it works. So this is like 56%. This same. You have this breakout, follow to pull back, and a follow through. Okay. Sambhav Steels. There is one question. Is there any way to figure out the valuations? Who cares? You can give 2 hours for it you want, but who cares about valuation? I, as a swing trader, does not give any fuck to valuation. I don't have anything to do with it. Okay. I will trade, I will manage my risk and do what I'll do with valuation. You can keep debating, there is no sure short way. Even if I tell you, because I have done, okay, I know how to calculate value, everything. I've done CFA L2, okay, and then CA, 8 years been here, lot of valuation made over, in my job I've made over 100 valuation, financial models, okay, calculating value of X company, Y company, Z company. There can be in number of assumptions in it, okay, it's good for writing up reports, but what I'll do with finding value, you can say it's high, but it can still keep giving you the momentum. So valuation, we don't do anything. From fundamental part, we have this growth part, that's it. A part you want to do, it's up to you, but I don't do. Now, I see this one, Sambhav Steels. I tried moving up, still this was here. 4 or 5 days were fine, but look after that in initial days, 1, 2, again here. Like eventually after this, it did not give any follow through or something. It started then correcting. So initial days are like just too volatile. Okay, high reversals. See of this one, have this here, again here, again here. After that, it starts correcting. Here it tried, but will you try up here? Will you try up here? Avinash says no. What about others? Why are others so lazy today? Don't be lazy. No, M says no breakout. Right, correct. There is no breakout. It tried, but it did not give a good close. So nothing to be done up here. MBL, look up again first 15 sessions. Why the hell I will like to try up then here? Doesn't make any sense. An unnecessary try you can do here. People keep on trying because they in IPOs in initial days are volatile, and when it works good, but it works good very less percentage of time. Like look at this VAR energies. In same way someone would have tried this 3 days of breakout up here. This one worked good. But such kind of moves are very less in initial days, like VARE, IRD, a handful of examples. And on the basis of such handful initial 15 session examples, you cannot keep on trading. It's just too much of trying 20 names to reach to one. It's not worth. Okay, it's not worth it. That's my observation based on this. Look at this bell rise. This is initial 15 sessions. Now someone will go and try here because they don't want to miss. FOMO is like ruling across. Plus, of course, Twitter is there. People will keep on trying up here, but look up here. This is high reversal. After that, initial such days high. Now look at this after 15 in this. It started reducing. Where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions out of first 15 had high wicks. Here you have this one. Okay, from here you have only this one. It gave a breakout finally up here. It's a slopey base, so this is your breakout. After the breakout, this is your pullback. This will be your entry candle somewhere on 5 minutes. And this one, see how the wicks reduced, how it get reduced. Can you see the difference between here and here? First 15 and next 15. Is the difference visible? Look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions here in first 15, 16 and high reversal. Look after that. It was better compared to this, right? Does it looks better? Is the price action more mature up here? Avinash says yes. Very less replies today. Sunday laziness, right? Abhishek says yes, Vikas says yes, good. So this one worked fine. After this, kind of smooth sessions going up, smooth 20%. Okay, Oswald pumps, this is again listed this year in June. Look up first 15 sessions. Now people keep on trying, okay, like no, this looks very same like Vare on this day. It looks very same when it is crossing up here. Had a 2-3 days down and then moving up. Okay, but look up here, it's very poor. Then a sudden reversal up here. Here again fully reversed. Same this in Vare energies. It was very same 3-4 days price action. So when the price candles are very less, the action will seem to you similar across. Okay, when you have 10 candles, these are 3-4 ways in which it can form. So it will keep on looking similar, but the outcome will be very different. Okay, now this closed very good here and went up. So post-while pumps, high wicks up here, travel, food. This is again listed up here. Still, this had a better price action, not too much big wicks. You would have tried up here somewhere. It would have not given very great money, maybe 3-4%, that's it. Kryzek, look up the same first 15 days. Now this is one of the kind in which you had 2-3 good days. This is like initial listing, after listing also 10-15%, 10%, and here after that it fully went down. Look up this reversal up here. Lakshmi India. Look up the first 15 sessions before this green line. This is reversal, high reversal. All-time plastics. So again August. See here, reversal. Squats and squats. Vikram Solar. Initial day squats, next day squats, here full squat. Okay, and then it did not progress. Keep on going down and down. CP plus. Look up this high squat, high wick here. Tried to move up then in the initial phase, but it did not progress much. Smarten power systems. It did not had that much wick, but then it failed eventually. Tried to move up here and failed. Did not progress. Now look at this Anand Rathi. This was very good. Initial 15 days and after good example again. Look up these initial days. High level of wicks. Now people keep on trying. I don't know, but people just don't want to miss up anything, and this is a very bad kind of mentality. You don't want to miss. That is the biggest issue. Okay, that is not a positive thing which I have finally concluded. It's a negative thing. The attitude that I don't want to miss anything is a bad attitude. People keep on trying up everywhere. They will keep on trying here. It's very volatile. Like I have shown you already 30-40 examples we have seen. It's a very volatile area. Chances of it working is very less, even if it gives you a headache, right? It goes up here 5-6% and then it fully back. Here it goes up 4-5%, closes at 1%. It's difficult to actually be in it, to come through these volatility. Look at this, what happened after this. It gave a good initial move. After that, the price action, it went sideways. This is where you can then think, this is your momentum bars, and then you have here touching this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions, 8 sessions. It works. Okay, it gave very good run. Look how smooth it was when it spent some time after listing. It went smooth. 7-8 sessions done. Let's see more examples. Swiggy. Look up this. It did move if you look from here, gave 28-30%, but look at the volatility. You had this fully giving back candle up here, then here full kind of reversal, here full squat. Look at the squats that's happening up here. This will give headaches to be in these kind of squats, because you know if it goes down, it will go down very fast after this. NTPC green. Now this is one kind of stock which was like this. Initial move went sideways for 2, 3, 4 days, 5 days, and then gave a small pump. After the small pump got failed. Again, this was a very, very hyped IPO. Okay, it had a very good listing. After listing, 2, 3 days, gave 14, 13%, then gone. Look up here, reversal. Here, this candle, a bit of fix. Afcons Engineering, this is again November 2024. Now we are going a bit back, okay, so that you see all different areas of examples. Look up this initial listing, this high wick here, look up this high wicks, tried to break out again high wicks. In fact, even after 15 sessions, it had high wicks only. The stock itself, but it did not give you any chance up here. No momentum candle, no breakout, no good close, nothing to do. Then it's just going down and down. 60% IPOs goes like this. Initial, they will have a lot of buzz. Some will progress, handful, and majority will go into correction and then form a good IPO base. And that's where we get interested. Now, let's see some IPO base examples. So Orient Tech, this was good one. So initially it got listed, had some sideways, started correcting, and it formed a good base up here, a kind of up and down base, and this is a breakout. This worked very good. This is what cleanliness means. In matter of 3 days, you are 34%. Your swing is done. 34, 40, 50% swing is done. These are clean moves, okay? This is what we want. And that's why in the initial 15 sessions, I don't want to be at there. I've tried it a lot, but the volatility is simply just too much. It's too much to handle and trade. For getting to two winners like IRDA and Vane Energies, I'll have to take 20. Okay. And all 20 may look like same because the candles are 5, 6, 7, 8 only. Sometimes 3 candles only, and it crosses the high. So it's not worth, in my opinion. Okay. Based on I'm showing you all examples, not just selective which worked in the initial days. Some more RP Tech. Yeah, RP Tech is here now. Now look up this. This was again initial listing going side. Now, is this looking very similar to that IRDA, very similar to NTPC or not? In the initial 5 sessions, 8 sessions, very similar price action, gone up 2, 3 sessions. After that, had 3, 4 tight sessions, went up for 2 days and going nowhere after that. People like trading up this year 5%. Because eventually they have been shown charts of IRDA, Vare Energies, and those 4 or 5 names which I have seen in last 3 years working. Those 8 names, 5 names, and they keep on trading to get that kind of outcome, but it will happen very less. Okay. And this going nowhere. Now this is setting up an IPO base. This is a complete base. First base in the initial 6 months. Initial consolidation, you have this up and down kind of base up here. This is a breakout. It's fine breakout, and it worked 29-30%. This is clean move. 5-6 sessions 25-27% done. Premier Energies, again, this will look very, very similar to earlier examples. Initial listing went down and then 2 days up, going nowhere then. You would have tried this here. Okay, it set up an IPO base, then momentum came here, follow through, breakout. After this would have given, I think 4, 5%, 6%. Crystal Integrated Services. Again, see this first 15 sessions, reverse, here reverse. Then suddenly random candle comes. Okay. High volatility. After that, it reversed also so quick. This was result, by the way, also result also came up here. This is a result action and 3 days afterwards it reverses fully back. Then it sets up in base, it gave breakout but no follow through came. Here also this is a breakout here. Overall then going nowhere. IREDA we discussed. Exicom is one good IPO. I think this was also 2024. This is March 2024. Okay. So this is where it starts going sideways after listing. Neither going up, neither went too down, went a bit down here. It gave a breakout here. Eventually follow through did not came. Somewhere here would have been your follow through. And it did not came here. It starts forming another base. It starts forming another base after this initial move. So again this, let's see how much time was here. 15, 16, yes, fine. So this is kind of an up and down base. Okay, you have 16, 15 sessions up here, enough. 15, 16 sessions, okay. Up and down base, breakout. After that it went here. Somewhere here you will get an entry. A good breakout is done, kind of going here. Again the momentum is here. Try up here. This candle also. Yeah, so Gala Precision, and same way if you look here, still this was still better than the previous one. Oh, but still 1 week you can see up here. This gave you a better opportunity to trade after the initial IPO, 15, 16 days. So look, this is up and down base. You have a breakout up here. And after this is your, somewhere in this candle you might enter. Okay, breakout is done up here, so 5 minutes will enter. Still better, 30-34% move in 7-8 sessions. Not the best kind of clean move, but fine. At least gave some net progress. Neva Bupa. Look up initial, same. This is result action. After this again, this is big. Then this one worked. This is one of the handful example which you will see people telling you. Neva Bupa, Vare Energies, IREDA. These 3 plus 4, 5, I think more were there in last 3 years. That actually gave very good. Ola Electric also after listing, I think it gave some momentum. But same, very volatile to actually trade. Just went up 5 days. What people try, they try up here, pause, and then here they will try. Sometime it may work, it may not work. Very, very high volatile area to do up anything. EIEL. This one gave kind of fine move, but again, it was very volatile. You have here squats, here squats, breakout, next squat here, full back below the breakout level. In 3 days, suddenly worked. very abrupt. First there was weakness here, then strength came and breakout, then again weakness came, then this one would have taken stop loss of lot of people, and then it finally worked. So multiple tries it would have needed to actually do something. I think then MCure Pharma. Same, it tried in initial 3 days. This would have been one of the best stocks to trade on that particular day. Okay, a lot of people would try this because there is multiple inside bars. Okay, initial listing 1 day, 2 day, a hell lot of people will try this here. But you should now know that initial days, that is 15 sessions, IPOs have high wicks. They have high reversals. They will look like breaking out, but then they will squat. You can say squats. Okay, these are different terminologies for same thing. You should know now this fact that they will have high level of squat. So if you are attempting it, you should know that 80% of the time it will squat. Okay. Even if market is good, even if market is bad, irrespective of the market, I'm telling you this fact. Okay, because we have discussed example of different time zones. Even if market is very good, still you will find high squats. Even if market is bad, still you will find high level of squats. Okay. TBO Tech. So this is one which I think this one IPO base worked fine. So look at this initial days, high volatility. Look this one, high volatility. Look this one, super high volatility. This one I guess we went 15%, 15% down, but closed at 5-4% only. Again same next day high shakeouts. Eventually it break out. You have a pause somewhere here. 5 minutes you will enter, and it worked fine. Gave you a good 20% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions. Black buck. This is one more examples that you can write in initial 10-15 days worked good, and you will find same thing here that the wicks were very less. Look up here in this initial days, you have this one. Still the close is not that extreme bad. Here this is not a wick, very, this is fine close. Here you have small wick. Eventually it worked. So one of the example that you can add in VARI, IRDA, those kind of 4th, 5th example in last 2-3 years. Okay, again this working has a lot of things to do in the initial 4-5 days what happened, and very less wick up there. But I would not still trade them. KR and Heat, I think this also worked 2 days, gave 2, 3, 4 days good move. But it still happened after the 15 day. Look up this high reversal here, this candle high reversal up here. Eventually it gave a breakout here, and it then moved fine. But our entry would not be here because this is just 19-20% breakout, and it would have gone extended because we'll wait for this to happen. We'll wait for close, and in this case it's just gone. Okay, so we'll not be getting any entry in this, but the fact that it still worked better after it had still good better price action after the first initial 15 days. Okay. Black buck. Okay, these all we have discussed. Mukka protein. Look up initial days. Highly volatile. In fact, it remained volatile because of the extreme low M cap, 400-500 crore. So anyways, a difficult stock to trade because of very less volumes overall. Platinum industry, this worked very good after the IPO base. I think we already gone through this one. Now look up here. This is first 15 days here. After that also fine here. Here it gave a breakout. I think somewhere in this candle would have tried and hit a stop loss. Okay, so your first try in this IPO base would have resulted in 3-4% loss. Second time it again tried up setting up a base up here, gave a breakout, pullback day. Entry would have been here, 5-minute closing basis. This one worked fine. Gave big move. 50, 59, 60% move up here. ACOMs, this is again one of the stock which in 15 days worked fine. And it's 1, 2, 3, and you'll see the wick present. Only this initial day was also good. Here also no wick. This worked very fine. Fourth, fifth example of initial success. Now some stocks are like they simply list and then they keep on going. Nothing you can do up there because extreme volatility. We have to get away from extreme volatility. It's not for a swing trader. Extreme volatility an investor can still handle because he'll hold for a long time. His stop loss, it will not be there, or maybe it will be just too deep. But for us, we don't like high volatile environments. Look up this listed 2-day lower circuit and then 5% every day. So how nothing to trade in this, okay? Because you don't know after which 5% circuit it will keep going down and down. It's risky. But after this, it went, tried once here, it tried to move up here, then it tried second attempt. The second attempt, it worked very fine. This would have been a trade, I think, here. This is up down base, breakout, pull back here. Worked very good. So IPO basis, when works, they work like this. 50, 20, 30, 40, 50%, and they move very quick, 8, 10, 15 sessions only. This is what is another observation, that when they work real quick. They give good moves also. Initial 15 days are a tough period to actually trade in it because of the extreme price action. Acme Solar of this high level of wick. Now a lot of people will try up here because it gave a breakout. Eventually it did not work. People will try here, then they will try up here. To try, I don't want to keep trying this much for 20 names to get to 1-2 names and take up loss or get frustrated with the remaining 18 names. So let them form a base. Half of them will never come back, or they will come back after 6 months, 8 months, sometimes 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. So let it mature a bit and let's not go into FOMO. Okay. GJ Cham is one again which worked. Initial 15-day breakout, nothing, no worked here, no follow through. Then it went into forming a base. Here this worked, a breakout. It gave good move, 40-50%. Swiggy, I think we have discussed. Let's see a bit more. Older or newer, Mamta. Stallion is one again IPO based. It worked very good this year. Now look up this after listing, just went down 5% circuit. After 15 days, at least it was not circuit days. Here again, high volatility. It went up here. Again 5%, nothing you'll do. Here it would have been extended by the time. Already good swing done. Eventually it had a short correction up here, took a swing reset completely, gave a breakout up here. This is an entry day up here. somewhere. Would have entered up here. No, one day before. So this is all things fine. So your entry is above here. So we'll enter here 5 minutes, and this is second base eventually after IPO. The first base was here itself. First base was somewhere here itself, but so it just went up 5.555%, nothing. And this is the second base, continuation base, and this gave good opportunity to trade 30-40% very quick. Digitide, this is also one of the recent. Eventually, this did not give a breakout, good breakout. First 15 days, again, same thing you will see, high wicks, this initial listing day. After that, here, fine. It had a breakout here, but this is not a good breakout. Here again, it tried to give a close, did not happen. No entries up here. And then simply roll down. Garuda, this gave after, this is IPO base, this gave good money. So this is your initial fall somewhere in this candle. One can enter. Either it's a good breakout in this. After 15 also, this was eventually a volatile name, but at least some progress. It gave 27%, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions. Okay, at least some progress. After that, it started forming another base almost at the same price level itself here, and this one gave good money up here, 30%. So when these new names work, those are within 6-7 months forming their first or second base after the initial listing. They move quick. Okay, when they work very good. InterArc, building products. This gave here follow through, but it failed. Okay, stop loss got hit. Eventually it never progressed. Here 1-2 candles, nothing. Bajaj and if first 15 days, same high volatile, 5.55% circuit. Eventually after also it had wicks, but at least not these circuits. It was comparatively better, not good. It out of nowhere, then it gave 3 candles up here. Okay, nothing up here. Here I was waiting for a close, that's why this marking is there, because it did not give a good break here. So I was waiting that if it gives a good breakout, then I can trade, but did not give good breakout. Indo Farm got listed, simply down, nothing. Sai Life, look at the same wicks here, here, these 2 candles here. Look up the Siemens Energy. This was also very hyped IPO. Now people keep on trying every high breakout. People, they will try once here. They are not ready to wait for closing also, at least. Here again they will try. Here eventually it went in a sloppy base and no progress. Look at this. It worked after 15, but here nothing you'll be able to do. Every day 5% up, did not give an opportunity itself. Hyundai. This was a very high load stock, so I guess I would have never tried this one. Orientic we discussed, Dam Capital. Look at this initial high level of second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Vare Energies, Bell Rise, I think we discussed this, worked fine. After initial days, the price action became fine. Cryzek, Primo, NTP, IGIL, it was one more very extreme hyped IPO. Extreme hype. And in fact, I remember a lot of people added for longer term also. On every fall, they kept on adding. Don't know why. They get attached to stories that it's only one, lab grown diamonds are there, and it's only one institution, monopoly, this, that, etc. On IPO, you can get easily lost in IPO stories. Because stories are needed to make an IPO successful, right? You need a very good story so that a lot of people subscribe, this, that, etc. Promoter needs a lot of stories. Just that good fundamental company, it does not work. Okay, it does not work like that. There has to be good stories coming with it to them for work. Okay, we all like stories. We don't like good or bad thing. We like stories that comes with it. Okay. The story is good, exciting, आपको उसमें मजा आ रहा है तो you will get more attached to it. If it's not story, it's just good fundamental company and it's not coming with some story XYZ, we as a human, we lose interest, okay? So it worked fine 2-3 days, 12-13% kind of, eventually reversed fully. Nothing went 50-60% down. Ether Energy, this worked fine after IPO. Once it had an IPO breakout, this worked good. Initial days were like same. 1, 2, 3 days, 4, 5 high squats. After that, it's better for some days, but not best. Eventually give breakout here somewhere, and then after that you can try up on this. Synoris Pharma. Look up how choppy this was. Even after 15 sessions, this was choppy and choppy. Why on earth I will try up this then? No use. Eventually, it never gave an entry also. No follow through up here. No follow through up here. And it went into an sloppy base and never had a final breakout up here. Let's see some more Adani Wilmar. When it got listed, what happened? I think this also worked very good initial days. So look up this also after 15 days. It worked fine. Initially, it had a huge this. So this is very similar, looking very similar to IRDA. Initial 8, 10, 15 sessions very good. Then went very shallow, formed a base. Somewhere in this candle can try or on near to closing up here. Because that's where it gave a fine breakout. Here this one was fine to try for some part and then above high of this. Okay, because this is not the best close, but it's above the high of this candle. So in two parts can be planned and it worked very fine. So not only just for last 2-3 years, we'll go last 8 years, we'll find same observation. Volatility is just too much and failure rates are extreme high. Diffusion King. No, look, this worked, but there is no way to trade in this. How the hell I'll know that after 4-5 circuits it will keep on giving me 5 more circuits, and how you'll enter it? This is good for just keeping somewhere in a article, okay, that it gave this much money. As a swing trader, I cannot do anything in it. Past 15 days went down fully. This one is of January 25 listing. This is more. We'll do 10 minutes more and then we'll wind off. Let's go a bit before. Look up this. This is of Feb 24. Same thing. Eventually it gave a good breakout up here. And then it worked after the initial phase. But it took time. After the initial volatility, it took time to set up a base and then moved. EPAC durables. So this is initial. Somewhere here it went up, but I think this is directly from the lows. So nothing. Then this is the second base after IPO. This would have worked fine up here. 20% in a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 sessions. Okay, good enough. In 8 sessions, 24% is good. Chronox tried breaking out, did not happen here. Tried breaking out. I don't know, maybe someday on this particular day would have tried. Let's see whether it was extended or not. Higher low, I think that was fine. It's not extended. So could have tried here and stop loss would have been there for this. JNK India. This IPO base worked good. But this also directly gave a cap up. So volatility, nothing to do up here. Ekme Solar, RBG, MobiKwik, another startup. Now look, this looked very good. Same like the same IRDA. Lot of stocks we have seen same going up 2-3 days, then sideways trying to move up, but failed. Very less number of stocks will be there which like gives you a kind of flag buck or IRDA move initial after listing that goes up 50-60%. Majority does this only. High wick, go down, or high wick, go sideways, form a base. AVDL. This one was 2024. We'll try this up here. 10% kind of, and here I think break even kind of close. Okay, I think more than 150, 120 examples we have done. I'm getting out of new names. Enter our turn. Player writing industries. Just down, nothing. Mamta machinery. Just down, nothing. Again, 5% circuits up here. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Let's see how you can track up IPOs if you want to do that. Is this one clear? Because it's the same examples now. I think we have covered 140 plus examples in last 1.5 hours because I am getting out of names in the list itself. So we have gone through this list. IPO name 127, IPO new 115, 44. 140 would have done easily. Okay, 140, 150 names easily. IPO examples we have discussed. Okay, and it's the same observation across. Leave the initial 15 sessions, let it settle, let it form an IPO base, and then try it. Okay. Before that, it's not worth. Reason is what we discussed in 140 examples. Out of those 140 examples, you have 5 names which just after the listing in next 5-8 days, very good run. Okay, those are only 5. So when you see on Twitter, when you see on YouTube, here and there, they'll again give you same initial examples. IREDA, they'll give you same black buck. Those within listing 8 days gave 30-40%, but you should now know that these were only 5 out of 150 names. Okay, so why waste time doing that again and again? Instead, let them settle. Once 15-18 sessions are gone, many will not give even an entry for next 6 months, 5 months. Some will take 8 months, some will take 1 month, some in 3 months, 4 months. They will settle the initial excitement phase. Okay, the initial 15 sessions are the excitement phase, and it will come with a lot of stories always. So you have to get detached from those stories and look at the chart and just follow the process. Entry exit rules remain the same in the IPOs. Okay.